Hello and welcome back to the Lady Sews. You'll recall that about a week, 10 days ago, I sewed some chillies, not part of the chilli challenge. You've already seen the video about those, but these were ones that I sewed to grow, probably out, some of them outside, some of them in the greenhouse. Most of them, those between chillies and sweet peppers, most of them were the chilies were mild ones because I don't like hot chilies, and then there were quite a few of peppers. Not sure where they're all going to go, but anyway, for the most part, I've had pretty good germination. I think I planted 5 or 6 seeds. So this one here, which is a sweet pepper called Napier. I've got, or Napier, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got there, 2, 4, I've got 5 from that, 2, 5 on that one, maybe I only sewed 5 on that one. Unfortunately, most of these have grown 5 chilies. I've had a couple that haven't done particularly well. This one, which is Nigel's Outdoor Chili, I've only got 3 of those. The Padron peppers, which I'm a bit disappointed at, I've got 4 and 5th one, and these are actually quite leggy, although they've been under lights. This one, which is a poblano chili, I don't know if you can see, if I put my finger there, I mean, I've only got 2 in there, and neither of them are looking particularly good. Although feeling that soil, it's quite wet, so it could well be that the seeds have rotted. I might sow some more of those. Anyway, let me move these out of the way so you can see what I'm doing in here. I brought this in again because it's easier. It's so cold out in that garage stroke potting shed of mine. So this mixture is 2 parts sieved multi-purpose and 1 part fine vermiculite, and I've got 4 pots of the multi-purpose, 2 pots of the fine vermiculite, and what I'm adding now is 1 pot of sieved homemade compost. So I'll mix this all together. This is the sieved homemade compost. Should hopefully be full of nutrients. I mean, at the end of the day, it's had lots of lovely stuff in it to make it into compost. This compost is from the house, so it's really predominantly vegetable peelings and a few weeds, a few clippings from plants, but for the most part, it's vegetable. It's vegetable waste. We compost an awful lot of vegetable waste here. We eat a lot of vegetables. Excuse me. Right. I'm using these pots here, these trays. This is a 15 cell tray. I've got 30 cell and 60 cell as well, but these are going to be going back into my propagator. But without any heat, just because it's how I can get some lights, so I can get lights into them. So I'm firming this down quite well because compost is generally full of air anyway. So it's not like soil, so it doesn't compact. And also it's got vermiculite in it as well. And these chilies are going to go, these chilies and peppers are going to go in here. Here it is. Are going to go in here for about 4 weeks. I would think 4 weeks they will have filled these up, and then I shall move them into individual pots this size. So I'm going to start with this one, which is called Napier or Napier. Let's move that over there out of the way to give me a bit of space here. Tip these out. And then I'm just going to make a little hole in here, right down to the bottom. Pop that in. It's a bit static. I don't want to rub it on my blouse. probably if I was out in the garden, I'd be wearing gardening clothes, but I've been out this morning and I'm not planning on getting too dirty. So I didn't see any point in getting changed into my gardening stuff to sit here in the dining room doing this. And I'm on my own. My husband's gone out for the day, so he hasn't a clue what I'm doing. So there's nobody to tell me off. Or not so much tell me off, but actually sort of tut a bit. Right, so that's, and I think I'll put these ones in. I've got, what's this one? This is, oh, I've grown this one before, the sweet Maramara, which is an F1, and they were really prolific. None of them went to red. I just can't get peppers to go red. I just think I'm a bit too far north, and I don't have a polytunnel. I have a small greenhouse, which I will eventually show you when the weather improves and I'm going out there to do things. I will show you my little greenhouse. Oh, that's not going in there. So these will be going in my grow tent that I plan on having down at the allotment. And that's where I grew them last year. And I haven't anymore, but I did have in the freezer, I had 2 bags of chopped peppers, 2 big bags of chopped peppers from this variety, this Maramara, which is an F1 variety. They're a conical shape. They don't grow massive. They're not like those long ones that you see in the supermarket. They're sort of, in terms of their length, they're probably about the size of a bell pepper, but they're conical shaped, so they're not as wide as a bell pepper. But they had a lovely flavour, and they were very prolific. So as I said, I've been able to, oh, this one's got 6 seeds germinated on this one, but I'm only going to plant 5 because I've only got space for 5. I don't need 6. In fact, no, I think I've got 7. Oh no, 6. 6. I'll put that over there and think about it. I'm not very good at throwing plants away, you know, when they've when I've got more than I need. And this one is called Lipstick, which gives them, I'm assuming will be red. And that I know is also a sweet pepper. I think I put on it if it was a sweet pepper. No, I didn't. No. Why would I be that organised to have put whether it was a chilli or a sweet pepper? So this one's called Lipstick. And again, I've got 5 of these. I should just say, my propagator that these are going to go back in, just unheated, just because of the light more than anything else, because I just don't have enough space in my grow tent for them. But I'm also going to line the propagator with reflective stuff. I don't know what you'd call it. It's the same stuff as I've used to do the grow tent with. And I'll show you that when I'll include a photograph of what it looks like when I've got all my peppers in there. And then I'll hopefully that will stop, because I noticed for some strange reason they're drawing, whether I've got 2 lights and whether one of them is more powerful than the other, I don't know. But I thought if I put some reflective material in there, then it will hopefully reflect all round, and then it'll be that they won't draw so much. So that's the first one planted up. I don't think you need to watch me plant up all the others, although maybe maybe you might be interested to see me doing the rest. But that's all I'm doing. I'm just filling these little trays up, tamping it all down quite firmly, and then I will put some vermiculite, I think, over the top of them, just really to well, I can then see about the watering. They don't need a lot of water. That's why I was saying about these ones. Probably the soil feels quite damp, so it could well be that it's been too wet for them. I'm going to stick that because I'm not putting the heat on the propagator for these. I'm actually going to stick this one on the radiator in the lounge. I could be in so much trouble. And in the hope that, you know, they'll do a little better and I might get another germination out of that one. But at the moment, I'm a bit disappointed with those because that one's that's been the worst of the germination. So this one is a variety called, it's difficult to know what the variety is. It might be Zitiva, Zitava. Oh, this is a sweet pepper. I've actually written sweet on it. Oh, I have written sweet on all of these. So this is another sweet pepper. I can't remember what this one looks like now. I've got I've got 6 of these. Oh, well, I'll pick the best 6 out of these. It is sometimes when they're in the propagator, because you've got this bottom heat. It's making sure that they don't get over wet. As I say, peppers and chilies need to be kept more on the dry side. They really don't like a lot of, you know, they are tropical plants. I mean, they grow, you know, in their natural habitat. Chilies particularly are perennials. What if I seem to have lost one? Oh no, there they are. I lived in Africa for a while, and as a child, and the chili plants there used to just be bushes that grew perennially, and in hot climates you can do that. Here, of course, it's too cold in our winters to overwinter chilies outside. I have got one pepper. One of those Maramara peppers, which I have so far managed to keep it alive. I cut it back when I took it out the soil last autumn, and I cut it back and I gave it some fresh compost, and I've just put it in the conservatory. The conservatory is quite warm this year because of the onions that I'm growing. Normally my conservatory is only 12 degrees in the winter, but I have kept it at sort of 17, 18 degrees this year. Just so things haven't died like they normally do. And I'm normally not very good at watering things in the winter because that one's not any good. I'm not generally a winter grower. I use the winter months to put my feet up and plan what I want to do for next year, and so I'm not a winter grower generally. So what's this one here? This one's very leggy. This is the Padron pepper. Now I know that's a chili, and these ones are I don't think they're very mild. I mean, I don't think they've got any heat whatsoever, but what I want these for predominantly is either eating raw, because they're quite nice raw, but actually the way they really are lovely, so I can get that in a bit further, is charred on the barbecue. So I don't know why these ones have become more leggy than the others. I'll see how far I can get it down. When I pot them up in about 4 weeks' time, I shall bury them quite deep. I shall bury them right to the bottom of the pot like this. It's just what they'll go in. So So I've only got 4 of these as well. So I'm probably being a bit optimistic with all these peppers as to actually where they're actually going to go. As I say, some will go in the greenhouse, but I haven't got a lot of space in there. And some will. So there's just one more lot to do, which are these ones, which is Nigel's Outdoor Chilli. And I've only got 3 of those. So I think I'll put these in this way round. Although I suppose if I do that, I'm going to get confused, aren't I? Although I've only got those poblano chilies if they come up. I've only got 2 of those at the moment that are looking very weedy. So I think I can probably get away with doing it this way. A nice thing about these, they've got big holes in the bottom, so you can poke the soil out. But it doesn't. The soil, you know, you've got to poke it out. It doesn't fall out of its own accord. And I should hold it by the leaves, because the stems are delicate. Because if you break a leaf, it will grow a new leaf. If you break the stem, it won't grow a new stem. It's like if you break your arm, it will repair. But if you break your spine, that's it. Similar sort of concept. Right. So that's them all potted up. As I say, they'll go in the propagator. I will put a photograph on of what it looks like, and we'll come back and look at these in 4 weeks' time when I go to pot them up again, hopefully, and see how they're doing. So thanks very much for watching. Happy gardening. See you all again soon. Bye bye.